I'm done. Morphe, I'm done. Hi lovelies, welcome back to my channel. If you're new to my channel, please subscribe. It will help me out so much. And if you're not new here, welcome back. So in today's video, I wanted to do something that I've been wanting to do for a while. It's an anti-haul. If you don't know what an anti-haul is, it's basically me explaining all the things that I won't be getting, won't be spending my money on, and not gonna purchase. Now, of course, with that, I'll be explaining why I don't want to buy it or why it doesn't interest me. Before I start, I do want to say this. Just because I'm now listing things that I don't want to buy does not mean that I don't like the brand or don't already own something from that brand or don't want other things from that brand. I'm just talking about that one specific product that I'm not gonna buy. This is not to be negative. I just think we should sometimes, you know, be honest and explain why we're not gonna buy every single thing that these brands keep pushing out. I feel like there's a new launch every single day and it's madness. Like, it's not even fun anymore. Oh, just really quick, by the way, if you want to know about these contacts that I'm wearing, I will link them down below with a little discount code for you and the color that I have in. Sure, you're welcome. Okay, without further ado, let's get into this anti-haul. If you'd like to know what I will not be spending my money on, then please keep watching. Okay, I have them all like screenshotted and written on my phone. This is not a lot. I just kind of scrolled down the Trend Mood Instagram page, wrote down what I will not be buying. I didn't list everything, or else this would be a 50-minute long video, but these are just the things that I'm really like, yeah, no, I'm not buying it. I'm sorry. Okay, first I want to start with something that I feel like is bothering a lot of people at the moment. It's Anastasia Beverly Hills. Now, I love Anastasia Beverly Hills as a brand. I love their brow products. I love most of their eyeshadows. I love the bronzers. I really want to try that foundation, but it's becoming a little bit too much. Anastasia Beverly Hills is pushing out products as if they're ColourPop. It's the Jackie Aina palette, and after that, like the Norvina 2 palette, and then it's the Carly Bible palette, and then it's those 3 little Norvina palettes. It's like, what are we doing? I don't even know what to buy now. I wanted to buy, I believe it's the Norvina 1 palette, the one with the purples and the pinks. I really wanted to buy that. Then I wanted to buy the Jackie Aina palette, then I saw the Carly Bible palette, and then I saw they had the little ones, and now I don't want to buy anything at all because it's too much. I watched Thomas Halbert's video last night, the anti-haul that he did, and he really made a valid point. He was pointing out that Anastasia Beverly Hills is slowly going towards the MAC like tour. Before you know, they're irrelevant. I really feel like they should slow it down. I get why they feel like they should push out products like that, but I almost feel like there's gonna be a downfall for them if they keep going at this pace, because truly I don't even know what to buy anymore, so I'm not buying any of them. Now that foundation I'm still buying. I want that foundation. I feel like I need that foundation in my life, but the palettes, the eyeshadow palettes, no thank you. No, I'm not buying it. Whew, I got worked up on that one. Okay, the next thing I have on here is the Morphe 3503 palette and the Christmas palette. That 3503 palette, I saw it when I believe I saw it on Trend Mood as well. There's the 350 palette, then there's the 350M palette, which is just a matte version of the 350 palette. Then there's a 350S palette, which is a shimmering version of the 350 palette. Then there's the 3502 palette, and now there's a 3503 palette. I'm done. Morphe, I'm done. Please stop. Please stop. I feel like they all look like each other. I feel like Morphe is just now running out of ideas. That 3503 palette reminds me of all the other palettes just shoved into one. There's like this one lime green shade out of the effing blue. Like, what are we doing? I don't get it. I feel like Morphe is truly running out of ideas and is just like shitting out palettes at this point. I'm sorry, but no. And Morphe does some great palettes, don't get me wrong. I have about 5 Morphe palettes. I use them, but I just think that this one, it's not necessary. Just come up with something new. And then also, by the way, I wanted to mention the Morphe Christmas palette. I don't know the name of it. I just know that it's their like holiday palette. And I believe the concept behind it was every section has a different influencer. Now I like that they did that, but I'm not buying the palette. It reminds me of the 3 big ones, the James Charles palette, the Dare to Create palette, and then that other big one with like the purples. It reminds me of all those 3 palettes just shoved into one. What are we doing? I'm not buying it. I'm sorry. Now the next one is kind of a sensitive subject for me because I really wanted to like this one, and I really already had in my mind that I was gonna purchase it, but I'm just not. And it's the Jeffree Star Shane Dawson Conspiracy palette. Hear me out. I don't like the palette. I like I believe it's called the Mini Controversy palette. Now I like that one. I just don't like it enough to buy it. And the big conspiracy palette, I really don't like that one. I really waited until the last like reveal video to make up my final thoughts, and I wanted to like it so much because I love Shane Dawson. I binge watch all of his videos. I really wanted to support him with this collection, but I just don't like it. Me, when I'm buying an eyeshadow palette, I at least want to have like 5 looks in my head. I want to look at the palette and be like, okay, I can do this, 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 and this. I looked at that palette and my mind went blank. I could not for the life of me come up with a look. I was not inspired. To me, it's not a cohesive palette. I don't really feel like the shades go together. I feel like some of those transitioning shades were on the very light side. I did like some of like the pops of color, but I didn't see another color that I could create a look with. You know what I mean? I didn't see a story in the palette. I just saw a bunch of shades that Shane likes and he put in the palette, which is fine. I mean, the collection did so good. I believe it's sold out on all the sites, but I am gonna buy the pig mirror though. Okay, the next thing that I absolutely will not be buying it, and I made up my mind the minute I saw the palette, is the Huda Beauty Mercury Retrograde palette. I like the way that palette looks. The shimmers in that palette look absolutely gorgeous. However, I'm not gonna buy it. I took a look at those matte shades and I was like, please stop, please stop. Why are those shades so light? Please explain. Like, we couldn't do deeper shades than that. Like that very light orangey peach shade. We couldn't replace that with something else. I really like those shimmer shades, but just when I look at those matte shades, that ashy transitioning shade in the middle of the palette, no, I'm sorry, I'm not buying this. Also, the shade names of this, the palette is called Mercury Retrograde. There's a shade in here called Nebula. It doesn't make sense to me. One thing I also will not be buying is Versali anything. Versali Skin Tone Blur, Versali Unicorn Tears. Let me look up the price before I talk actual shit. Versali Unicorn Essence, same thing. How much is 10 mil? Because this says it's $22.50 for 10 mil. That's nothing. 10 mil is absolutely nothing. Do I even have? How much is this? This is hell no. Nope, I'm not buying it. This says it's $22.50 for 10 mil and 57 euros for 30 mils of oil. I'm not doing it. I'm sorry. No. Maybe one day when I'm just like balling, maybe I'll buy a couple to see what all the fuss is about, but until then, no thank you. Nope. I will skip and I'm good, thanks. Oh, also something I won't be buying altogether. Kylie Skin. I'm sorry. I'm not gonna buy anything. Not even for a particular reason, just for the simple fact that they don't speak to me. I do really want to try her makeup one day. It's just a little bit tricky for me to get those in the Netherlands. You have to ship them from America, have all those shipping fees, but I definitely do want to try her makeup one day. But as far as Kylie's skin goes, I'm not gonna buy it. Now maybe if I lived in like America and it was in the store and I could just grab it, sure, I would try it. But for me to go out of my way to order it, to have it shipped to me, pay all those fees, I just don't see the appeal. Now for the makeup I would, because I see a lot of things that speak to me, like her glosses, some of her palettes. I really want to try those. Okay, the last thing I have on here is the Textured Neutrals palette from Tati Westbrook. She recently, it's not even recently, it's like last month or something, she released a Textured Neutrals palette, and I'm very happy for her, happy that she's starting her own brand. I think it's very good that she started with this palette because I feel like it's something that is very her. But as far as the palette goes, I saw it, it doesn't really speak to me. So yeah, there's 6 shades and every shade has a different finish. So there is a glitter, a metallic, a sequin, and a matte. And for me, that's just not necessary. I don't need that same color in and a sequin and a glitter and a metallic. Like the matte, yeah, sure, we need that, but I just look at this palette and I don't really, I could pass on this one, especially on that sequin shade. I just don't think it's bam enough to put it on my eyelids, but I do not want to put a shimmer in my crease, so I will pass. I am very curious to see what else she'll do. I really hope that she's gonna come out with maybe some highlighters, foundations, because her base always looks perfect. So I hope she'll come out with those, and then we'll see if maybe I want to purchase something. But as far as this Textured Neutrals palette goes, I will not be buying it. Okay, so that's it for today's video. I don't want to make this like a negative thing. I really hope that you won't view this as a negative video. This was just me telling you what I will not be spending my money on. If you like this video, then please give it a thumbs up, subscribe to my channel, follow me on Instagram, and I will see you in my next video.